Yuki was a girl who could not hear any sound. She was deaf. Her life changed when she met a stranger. One day, Yuki was traveling through train and was thinking about her life and experiences. And suddenly a foreigner asked her to guide the address, but she was too confusing to answer as it was difficult for her to understand. But then another boy came there and helped her guiding the stranger. She was then eased, but was curious to know about that man. That man asked her that does she red lips? And she replied with hand a little bit. Then that man spoke slowly so she could understand. And then she remembered that they go to same college, and so he asked her about her stop, but it was 2 stops ahead and he got out on the next stop. Next day, Yuki went to college and asked about the boy to her friend Rin. Rin then showed him few pictures and then she recognized the boy. It was Itsuomi, and she was glad to know his name. Rin then asked her that, do you like him? And Yuki was all red. But then Rin said that it will be a crush, and so Yuki didn't deny, so Rin said that I also have a crush on a boy, and he is the boss of the cafe, and we will go there tonight, and Itsuomi also works there, and then Yuki agreed with her. Later that night, they both went to the cafe, and Yuki saw Itsuomi there and was shy. Rin then thanks Itsuomi for helping her in the train, and then the boss came out and Rin was also shy seeing him. And then they talked about stuff. Itsuomi then touched Yuki's head so she can read his lips and understand what he is saying. Then she asked him about how many languages he spoke, and then he answered he knew 3 languages. He also told him that he travels the world and sees new things all around. Then some other foreigner came in and Itsuomi went there to entertain them. Later Rin asked the number of the boss so she could talk to him. Later that night Itsuomi asked Rin and Yuki that can he walk them home, but Rin refused and asked him to talk Yuki with him and Yuki was too shy. While they were walking, Itsuomi saved her from a bike which she couldn't hear is coming, and then held to her hands and walked with her. Later, she stopped and asked him for his number, and he gave the number to her, and then they went to their ways, and while going, Yuki asked him, that is the world big? And he replied, yes, it's huge, and can I come in your world? And she was really happy listening to it. Yuki was thinking about him and was lost in her thoughts. Then her mother asked her that what is she thinking? It is too early for her daydream. She will be late, and she had no words to say. Later in the college she met Rin, and they both talked about each other's experience. They were sitting in the canteen and thought a lot. Then Rin told her he is standing there talking to girls. She was really much jealous, but what could she do? Then Rin called Itsuomi and he turned back and saw her and came walking to her and started talking to her. He then told he was going to have a flight and he will be late, so she asked him where he is going and he told that he is going to Laos. As he walked away Rin told her that your childhood friend is standing there, and then Ashi asked her that who was he, and she replied a friend, and then Ashi left. As Ashi traveled through bus, a boy also with hearing problem didn't hear the ticket person calling him, so he talked with sign with him and told that he had missed his payment of ticket. He should go back. All this was seen by her friend. Yuki at night in the bed thought of Itsuomi, and then he texted her some pictures for him, the place he is traveling, and she was amazed by the world outside. He also told that he is coming back, and she was really happy to hear it. Next day, she met her at zebra crossing and he replied to her with sign language and she was really happy to see him and he even gave her a souvenir. Later, she was around the college outside canteen and then Ashi asked her that what was she doing and she told him that she was waiting for a friend. But Ashi was worried and suddenly Itsuomi walked behind them and Yuki was stunned. Then he passed away and Ashi told her not to carry it away. Rin also saw her and came and Ashi then left. Yuki told Rin that she is in love and Rin was really happy for her, and then they went away from there. In the house Yuki started to make a sign book for Itsuomi to understand her easily. Later that night Rin and Yuki went to the cafe he worked and Yuki was really happy to see him. There she told him that she can't hear any sound without my hearing aid, but I hear just noise with them and can't understand anything. Then Yuki gave him the sign book she made for him, and he was glad to have it, but he asked her that can she guide him in person. It will be easy for him to understand. Then 2 of Itsuomi friends enter room. They both started to talk to Yuki and she was confused and then Itsuomi took them away so she can be easy around. Then Yuki asked the boss of Itsuomi that is he going out with his female friend and he said no, he is not. But she was still not relaxed and was curious. It was 4 days and they both didn't talk and then she just texted him. And he replied that he is in the country want to meet, and she just went out at night to meet him. On her way she bumped into Ashi and he tried to stop her but she was determined to go and she went in the washing store to meet him. They both had some juice to drink and Itsuomi showed her some coins he had collected from different country. Then he asked her, that is, do you want to know about me more? And she said yes, and they had a great time in there together and Yuki was really happy to have him near himself. Then he walked with her to his home. Itsuomi asked her about his friend Ashi, and she just told he is my childhood friend. And then they both left. When Itsuomi reached home, his friend Emma was waiting for him and she wanted to stay there at night, and he let her stay in the house and left out to spend the night. Yuki was in her bed thinking about Itsuomi, and then Rin texted her that she is going to shopping with the boss, and she wanted to ask her to come with her and bring Itsuomi also, and so she said she will ask him. Itsuomi then went to his boss' house to stay the night, and he was relaxing there and got the text from Yuki to join her for shopping, and he accepted the offer. Yuki from next day started to use cosmetic, so she could look more beautiful. Emma had gone with Shin to have lunch as she was upset with Itsuomi. Later Yuki was on the train station, and as she gets on the train she met Ashi and was terrified and lied to him that she was going to library, but Ashi knew she is lying and she started to tease her. When the train stopped, she started to find Itsuomi and Ashi came behind her, and he was surprised seeing Itsuomi there with her. Ashi was also jealous to see her with him and then they both left. And Ashi called him, "You fool," and went with him. Then Ren and Kaoya were waiting for Yuki and Itsuomi to come there, and when they reached Itsuomi was holding her hands and Ren and Kaoya was shocked. Then in the shopping center they all were having great time and Ren and Kaoya were amazed watching them both together. Itsuomi then asked Yuki that as she had gone out of country, but she refused. Later then Itsuomi told Rin that he knows she likes Kaoya, so she should ask her for a drive. And then she asked Kaoya, and he agreed and they went together and then Yuki and Itsuomi got time alone. Itsuomi also asked her to come to his house and she agreed. Yuki was really nervous that he is taking her to his house. And they then up the elevator. While they were in the living room they had drink and ate pizza together and then Itsuomi asked then did she had fun and he replied and signed that yes he had fun too. Then he told her that being with you is so comfy that someone can feel sleepy. Yuki was really shy as she was in his arms and was really comfortable with him. Ren was with Kaoya and they were also having fun together. Itsuomi showed her the picture of her sister and told that he was 3 years older than him and his family lives in Germany. They both were gossiping together learning new thing about each other. Then he showed him a lot of different currency that he has collected in between his journey. Then Kaoya called Itsuomi to ask that where they both were, and he replied they were at their home and were enjoying. Kaoya told him not to do something bad with her. Rin told him not to worry and then they both went on. Then Itsuomi wanted to make Yuki laugh, but he failed. Then Emma showed up and then Itsuomi sent Yuki down and greeted Emma. Yuki then went down and walked to home and Itsuomi ran behind her but could not find her. Next day Rin and Yuki were together talking about Itsuomi and then Itsuomi was in their house to meet Yuki. Emma also met Shin and was really upset. Shin tried to ask her if she upset because of Itsuomi ignore her, but what could she do? Itsuomi then asked Yuki that why she left he wanted to be with her and then Yuki told that she also wanted to stay with him and then everything was good between them. Thanks for watching.